Here he is from New York. That Kevin McCullough.
My next guest is no stranger to Kevin McCullough Radio or to That Kevin Show. And as we enjoy their music year-round, many of you singing many of their songs in church week after week, we also have a very special time that we look forward to this time of year, every single year. That is the Getty Christmas Concert Tour, which is just kicking off and will be coming through the New York City area here in just a little more than a week. Keith Getty joins us. Hello, Keith.
Kevin, it is great. It is just great to be in the show. It always is. I'm so excited to be back at Carnegie Hall. Very, very.
It's going to be an amazing evening. And this year, unlike past years, it's on a weekend evening, which is kind of a big deal. Carnegie doesn't just give those slots away, so people can come on a Saturday night. You can have a nice dinner in the city, spend some money helping our tourism, lagging tourism business, and then enjoy singing Christmas carols from the heart of the world's most important city with about 2,000 of your closest friends. It doesn't get much better than that.
No, that's right. And I mean, Kevin, you and I first connected over a decade ago with our love for the city of New York. It's a magical place at Christmas. It is just one of the most extraordinary melting pots of people. And of course, the event brings everything from students to tourists to locals to UN ambassadors to politicians to everybody seems to turn up in this remarkable night of people all gathered in the city to sing. So it's special this year. And of course, we have the second half. We've got A.R. Bernard and A.R. Bernard and Michael Keller closing the night out for us. We got Malcolm Guite, the poet, who premiered the poem last year, premiering a new poem about Christmas in New York this year at Carnegie Hall. We got Trip Lee, the rapper, joining us on stage for a song and a host of other special guests.
And I don't think he's ever done the Christmas show at Carnegie. He may have done other Christmas shows with you guys, but he's never...
He did the recording at the Grand Ole Opry. There was the song "O Children Come." It was the song we were for our very first Carnegie Hall when Ricky Skaggs came with us. We wrote a song called "O Children Come" for that. And then 3 years later, it was recorded by Ladysmith Black Mambazo, who, of course, became famous with Paul Simon's Graceland's album many years ago, "Diamonds in the Soles of Her Shoes." She got diamonds in the soles of her shoes. And then a third version of it was then Trip Lee decided to do a rap version of it. So I think it's the only song that has gone from being bluegrass to choral to African to rap. So so that'll be a fun moment. The first half is all about celebrating life and artistry, and it's one big long Irish party with music and dance and inviting people to sing along. And our kids, of course, are making a special appearance this year at the end of the first half, which is going to be really special. Then
the Getty Kids, who I need to add, were nominated for their first Dove Award this past year.
No, they won last year. Last year, let's to be clear, Kristen and I were nominated both for Grammys and for Doves, and we lost all of them. And our daughters, who were nominated, won theirs. So they actually, our little Gracie said, Dad, it's so embarrassing for us that we win and you guys lose. Even on television, we have to watch you lose. So it was kind of, it's been a very embarrassing year for us in that way.
Oh, yes, I'm sure watching your girls succeed is very hard to take. Well, let's talk a little bit about the importance of this night. And by the way, it's not just New York. If you're listening anywhere in the country, watching from anywhere in the country, there's an entire tour. I know that there's a number of cities that you do kind of as annual stops, Keith, but what are some of the highlights? I know people can get the entire schedule at gettymusic.com, but I want to make sure they know that you're going to be a lot of places this year.
Yeah, well, we kick off in, I'm trying to think, we kick off in Fort Worth on Saturday, San Antonio Sunday, Tulsa Monday. I think a lot of those are sold out, but they're not all sold out. Then we come across the country, a bunch of other cities. I can't even remember all the cities we're playing at. Carnegie Hall, obviously, is an annual special thing. I think we're in New York State the night before, if you can't make it down. So on the 8th, I think we're there. We're playing Indiana, which might also be sold out. Then we're doing a 3-night residency at the Museum of the Bible. We used to do the Kennedy Center each year.
Yep.
And our friends at the museum, the Green family, said, why not move it to the museum and doing a global live stream every year? So the 3 nights at the Museum of the Bible, I think they're close to sold out, if not all sold out, but we are doing a global live stream. So there is a chance to at least enjoy it on the big screen in your house with your family and sing along. And our kids will be leading that night as well. So you'll get lots of, it's a real evening for the whole family to enjoy. And then we're playing some beautiful theaters. We're playing the Benidorm Theater in Pittsburgh, which will be wonderful. Where my birthday, we're playing Wheaton College. And I should say next year, we're playing my birthday at Carnegie Hall. My 50th birthday next year, we're playing at Carnegie Hall with a party after. And then we're finishing up in the gorgeous Symphony Hall in Minneapolis. So it's an incredibly fun tour. And honestly, we just finished doing Winter Wonderland in there. I walked out of the rehearsal having playing Winter Wonderland to come and see you. So I'm kind of a jub. It's kind of a swing version. So
well, and you guys always you like to mix it up, and you throw new wrinkles in every single year to the songs like Sleigh Ride and Winter Wonderland and so forth.
We're opening the second half this year with Kristen and J.J. Heller just did a new version of the gorgeous 5th century carol, Let All Mortal Flesh Keep Silence. We're opening the second half this year with that to be a little bit different, which we're kind of looking forward to. Lots of just new things we're trying for the first time.
That'll be fantastic. Keith, I can't help but think, and I've just come from overseas from a little bit of a break, celebrating a milestone in my own life, but I can't help but just sense that the world is in anxiety at this moment with the wars that are going on, with the conflict in Israel, with the global turbulence. Is Christmas more important this year on your own heart, in your own mind, than it has been in years past?
I think the truth is, if the Christian story is true and Christ came historically as a baby to earth to live and teach and death and rise, then the gospel should become more true every year. And I think that's one of the reasons it's important for us to celebrate. That's one of the reasons it's important in our culture, in our ever secularizing culture, to find any little window of opportunity we get to introduce Christianity to our friends, to our family, to our workmates, to our neighbors who don't know the Lord. If we're serious about this Christian message, then Christmas does provide one of those few moments left in our lives to share our faith. So I would encourage people that. But yes, to your point, I mean, oftentimes in our Christmas show, the show has ended up having a turn to where culture was at. Last year, of course, was the situation in Ukraine and the dedication to Ukraine, Ukrainian carols. This year, the situation in the Middle East is obviously dominating everyone's mind. Indeed, my home city, Dublin, for the first time in history, having immigration riots in the last week. We're seeing a coming apart of some of lots of what you would call man's wisdom, and so. But as Christians, we pray for our politicians, we pray for our world leaders, we pray for the places, we pray for the peace of Jerusalem, and we pray for those who are in need. But ultimately, our only hope is in the gospel. We know that the best possible politician is never actually going to solve the sin of man, and so that's why we sing, that's why we celebrate, that's why we sit and practice.
Keith Getty, we always appreciate your time. Look forward to seeing you in person when you're in the New York area. And if people want more information, you go to gettymusic.com, and just click on events. They've got all of the concert dates laid out there. You can buy tickets right online. It's super easy. Keith, great to talk to you. Thanks for being here.
Oh, Kevin, thank you so much.
Kevin McCullough coming right back. Don't go away.
Christmas time, here we go, that Kevin Show.